Oh my God, okay.
Hey guys, I'm Sean Evans and welcome to Hot Ones, the show with hot questions and even hotter wings. Today I'm here with Taryn Segal, New York City-based photographer that's been profiled in the likes of Lomography and published in Office magazine. Taryn's here to discuss her first body of work, Bloodhound. Taryn, do you think that you have any consistency in your work? Is there any imagery that you gravitate towards, or?
You know, there's definitely things I'm always vigilant for. Affection, number one. It takes form in a lot of different ways. Because if I see someone holding a bouquet of flowers, did they receive it? Did they gift it to someone? Are they on their way to go do that? Someone resting their head on someone's shoulder, mothers out with their children. That's all the good stuff. But then again, I just like natural oddities that appear in public.
I think one of my favorite photos of yours is, I'm just curious, it's these two teenagers by the pier and they're acting a little bit shy, but they're kind of holding each other.
Sean, you did your homework.
I'm a stan, yeah.
Yeah, that was taken on the Gold Line in LA back when I lived there. Yeah, I saw these two teenagers, really young adults, probably 19, 20. They were on the same train as me, and I was praying that we were gonna get off at the same stop, and we did, fortunately. So when we got off, I asked them if I could take their photo, and they said yes. And they took the direction very well. I asked them to hold hands together. But then we parted ways and ended up at the same location, which was the Santa Monica Pier, and we just kept on kind of seeing each other around for the rest of the day, and we didn't really talk after that.
Of course, what is there to say?
I know, already we had our meeting, and it passed.
So, is there anything of what you just described that's been particularly hard to shoot?
Challenging, kids.
Yeah.
I'm more scared it's not the kids, it's their moms. Because I am so worried of someone, because my parents would do that. They'd be like, did you just take a photograph of my child?
Okay, yeah.
But, I do have an advantage being a 5'3" girl, walking around the street instead of a 6 foot tall man. And I see there's plenty of male street photographers out there, and I see them get good kid photos. I'm kind of how did you do that? Is it just your tall, scary man presence? Because for me, I just think that sometimes I take a photo that's so obvious that the person is so she so obviously just took my photo that there's no way she did that. Because that's not a normal person thing to do. Or maybe they just don't want to confront me, but kids in particular are challenging. I still will go for it. I'm not even particularly fond of children, but I think that they're being really authentic all the time.
Okay, now we're moving on to wing number 4. Gets a little bit hotter from here on out.
I'm gonna take your word for that. You do this every week.
Yep.
Oh. That's more in the back of my mouth for sure.
So, when did you get into photography? When did you start really diving into street photography?
When I started photography, I was 14. When I really got into it, I got my first camera. But you can definitely see an increase of each year of my life with more and more photos I've shot.
I've scrolled back on your Instagram.
Really?
Yeah,
there is a photo I took in high school. That's my first photo. I know that. But since then, there's a huge several year gap.
Yeah.
Street photography specifically, that is something that I full-fledged fell in love with. And it was sprinkled in throughout my life, but fully committed to after I graduated college, because I have this disgusting, grotesque, burning hatred, abhorrence, I hate school mentality. It's not where I'm meant to be. We don't get along. Me and school, that is. So when I graduated, I just felt really in love with being alive in a way that I had never experienced before, because it was my first time not having a homework assignment, a syllabus to fulfill, a test to prepare for. I'm not an anxious person, but school really does it to me. It always has. So when I didn't have that obligation anymore, I went on a trip to New York for a month. I traded rooms with this girl that I still haven't met to this day. We don't know each other. And I stayed in her room, she stayed in mine back in LA, and I stocked up on film before I before I like left for the trip. And I was taking photos of everything pretty fearlessly. And I just committed to it. And then, you know, I had to go back to LA, which is not, there's still things around, and I've seen great LA-based photographers capture things like day in the life wise, but truly like New York is where I wanted to be to document the way that I document.
And we're happy to have you here.
Thank you, Sean.
All right, let's roll on into wing number 5.
Wing 5, my first drummy.
Let's do it. Oh.
Oh my God.
Oh.
I like really committed to that. Does water make it, oh my God, spit. Does water make it worse?
I've heard some places that water makes it worse, but it's worth.
I'm
If you
gonna
want to
pour.
drink the milk, I'll drink the milk.
I'm gonna pour the water.
Oh!
Pour the water.
Okay, Taryn, is there a photo that you've taken that's gotten a huge response from people?
I will answer your question after I dip my tongue
Just
into
take
the
your time.
milk.
Take actually all the time you need. Here, wait.
Oh my God, wait. I loved doing that. No, okay. I'm gonna answer your question.
Great, go ahead. Just start talking and maybe it'll help.
So a photo that's garnered a strong response. I'm trying to move my tongue to pronounce things.
Like just so you can air it off.
Yeah, that would definitely be. Yes, I was in my hometown of Santa Cruz, and I was visiting the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk, infamous. And as I was already like shooting a bunch throughout the whole night, some photos permission was asked, some not. And as I'm exiting, I'm on my way out, I passed by these 2 teenagers. One of them was working in the snack hut, wherever she was. And then who I'm assuming is her boyfriend or crush is like leaning into the window, and they're holding hands. And I've actually physically walked backwards, like to go back to the exact spot where I saw that moment. And I took the photo really quickly on expired 800 Portra.
All right, let's move right along to the 6th wing.
The 6th wing,
Yeah.
okay.
I'm gonna ask you to defend a photo.
Like one that isn't like as much of a favorite.
Yeah, one that's you wouldn't say is a fan favorite, but one that you feel very strongly about. I'm gonna ask you to just put out a testimony for the viewers at home.
Let me think on that while I... Okay. This one isn't as spooky, but like I think it's because of what I just experienced. Oh, it's like I could have okay. Defending a photo. I know exactly the one to pick, and I'm surprised that it's not more of like a favorite, but it's one of mine. I actually almost made it the cover of the book, but I really like integrating the titles into like a photo for like a cover, so I skipped that. Yeah, it's actually a photo I asked permission to take. I was walking in the Lower East Side, and I saw this dad and his like 3-year-old daughter. He was kneeling down next to her with this scooter, and I just walked up and asked if I could take their photo. He nodded and said yes, and she starts to she leans over and hides her face like behind the bars of the scooter, and I thought that was like really endearing. Like it's a really sweet moment, and the dad's just like staring back at me, and I really like that picture.
Wing number 7.
Wing number 7.
Wing number 7. Let's proceed with caution.
Okay, I'm gonna make eye contact with you while I take a bite.
All right, let's do it.
It's on my lip, and it's burning a little bit, but I'm here to participate.
It's got a nice blend to it.
This half is sweeter.
Kind of barbecue.
Okay, it's starting to touch the sides of my tongue. Okay.
So,
Okay.
Taryn, this is a segment that we do with everyone that comes on Hot Ones.
Right. I think I'm familiar with what you're gonna say.
Explain that, Graham.
Oh my god, okay, the wing is picking up for me, okay.
Okay.
I'm ready.
I went through your Instagram and I found a bunch of photos that I would just like love for you to go through and explain for us.
Right.
All right. We got this one here. Who is this gentleman?
Okay. That was I was on my way home from work and I saw like a gaggle of young boys, men, doing sleight of hand card tricks to each other, and they were like toying with their decks of cards, and that guy in particular was really good at it. He was like fanning out the whole deck, and I asked him if I could take the photo, and it took 3 tries, and I got it, and then I went and I sat down and we didn't speak to each other.
How about these two right here?
Oh, okay. Halloween day, Lower East Side. That's an 8th grade boy, I'm assuming. He was walking with other 8th graders, and I called him over and asked if I could take his photo. And he said, sure, and shrugged. And I snapped that, and then that was it. That was the end of the interaction.
This is one of my favorites.
Thank you.
Oh.
Isn't that chilling?
Yeah.
Doesn't that?
Yeah,
that's like
it's
Rosemary's
crazy.
Baby.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I took that in my old neighborhood, the first neighborhood I lived in when I moved to New York. It was this Hasidic neighborhood, and that's even weirder context for that photo.
Yeah.
My lips are hot.
There's a pack of birth control in there too.
I didn't even notice that.
Right there.
I never noticed that.
Yeah.
You, Detective Sean Evans. Yeah, I just was like enamored by all the trash in that double, like that in that 2-seater. And I just was like, it's like seeing an empty wheelchair, like what happened there.
Yeah.
The twins, yeah. So I think it speaks for itself.
The twins.
I told you I like Signs of Life, and that's Signs of Life.
Okay. You love Signs of Life? This looks like a sign of death.
Okay, I can explain that one. These are all in the book, so this is perfect. That I took on a photo walk with my friend Aura. That was in Chinatown, and I asked the man if I could take a photo of his fish, and at first he said no. I don't know if they're alive. I know they look dead. I don't know if they're alive and kind of like bubbling a bit, but it was weird. It was on the street, and I asked him, and he said no, and then I offered him a $5 bill, and he said, okay, you can take one photo, and he didn't even make me pay him, but he said so I forgot to check my exposure before I took the photo, so I wasn't sure if I got it correctly, but I did, but I had one shot to get it.
And last but not least, I've noticed on your Instagram you love to take photos of dead rats. There's a couple on there.
Deceased vermin,
Yeah.
yes. I always take a photo of a dead rat if I see it, and I need to, they're sprinkled out throughout the book.
Yeah.
I'm not particularly calm when I take a photo like that. I'm typically listening to music, and I pause my music, and I stand or like crouch next to the subject, and my heart starts beating really fast because I'm afraid I'm gonna like drop my camera on it or something.
Yeah.
Or like, I honestly think it's like kind of like a horror movie response when like the killer isn't really dead and you're waiting for it to like twitch a bit. So I kind of feel like this thing that typically is like scurrying around and is never really still, and definitely wouldn't like be still if I got close to it, is suddenly not moving, and I have this opportunity to get up close to it.
Yeah.
So that's why I never pass up an opportunity of like a rat or a bird. I have some birds too. I would do larger animals as well, but I never turn one down when I see it.
Wow. Thank you, Taryn.
Thank you, Sean. Okay. Do I have sauce on my face?
No, actually not at all. It looks like you haven't
I'm a
been
very
near a
neat
wing.
eater.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Oh my god. I'm still chewing.
The notes of battery acid.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Am I allowed to swear on this show?
Please.
I can. I
You
saw
can-
Millie Bobby Brown on the.
Yeah, you can say-
Fuck, that is hot. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Okay. Is there anything that you're leaving out of Bloodhound? Is there anything you're just putting aside, saving for later? And I'd really love to know, do you have your sights set on anything that's outside the realm of photography?
I do. I did intentionally leave a lot of things out of Bloodhound because Bloodhound is specifically centered on street photography. There's a few outtakes of concept stuff in there, but I know I want my next book to just be concepts. Oh my god, it's like really on my lips. Okay.
Yeah.
Just concepts. I already have the title set for it, but I'm not going to tell you what it is. You can't get it out of me.
Whisper it to me.
After the show. I'll tell you after the show.
Okay, cool. Do you want to hang out after the show?
Yeah, I would love to. Cool. So I do have, the next book is going to be just concepts, so you know that now. And I want to do, there is cemetery shots throughout the book because I take a lot of, like Signs of Life, I think cemeteries still fall under that.
Yeah.
But I do want to have a cemetery exclusive, funeral exclusive book that I'm also still deciding between 2 titles on, but that's also under wraps as well.
Okay, after the show.
After the show. I'll tell you everything.
Cool.
And then non-photo related things, I already put out an episode which was released on No Budge last year. But I want to make a TV show where I'm this actor that's like an unknown actor, but I get cast in this like scary movie. It's called Up and Coming. I'm still like kind of like dissecting it and then rearranging like the original organs and skeletal parts of it to make something kind of different but true to the original idea. So I still like making short films.
Okay.
Licking my fingers. No, I'm here to play.
Okay.
I like to direct, and I want to make short films more and episode TV show stuff. But there are more books coming out. This is just the first one.
Great. I'm scared.
You're scared, but you do this all the time.
I know, it's just this week specifically, like the wings just are really spicy to me, and like I don't know why.
Is this a fear-mongering tactic?
No, I would never fear-monger you, Taryn.
Okay.
You're honestly one of my favorite guests I've had on my show.
Thank you.
If I'm just speaking out in the open.
Okay. So
we're nearing the end here.
I know what that means. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I've had a delightful time. You're my favorite journalist.
Oh, you think I'm a journalist? It's really sweet.
I think you should consider yourself a journalist. You're my favorite one.
It's really kind.
Okay.
So, but let's go into wing number 9.
Okay, the 9th wing. Okay, cheers. Okay. This one kind of feels like you have someone following you at night, and it's like when you're watching a movie and there's like a stalker and the audience knows the stalker's coming, but the character doesn't. I'm gonna.
Oh wow. Oh. Yeah. Oh. It's almost like a bloodhound's after you. Or
oh my god!
Like that,
no, finding my body after the killer gets me. Oh my god, that is a hot wing.
So
Oh
do you have any photo likes or dislikes or? Oh! No, it's okay. Actually, it's totally fine.
Let's do it again.
Do you have any photo likes and dislikes? Oh my god, I feel it in my gums. Like I feel it.
Sean, like,
sorry.
you do this all the time.
I wanted to be your champion here, but it's really,
really
hard.
Oh, shit.
Okay. Photo likes and dislikes.
Okay.
Whew, making my head sweat.
Does that happen to you? Because this is all
the time.
surface,
It's just
like
open glands up here. Yeah. Oh my god! In my teeth. Do you feel it in your teeth?
It's like on my lips, but only on my right side. Okay. My photo likes and dislikes. I abhor high flash, low concept photography. I can't stand it. Oh my god.
Yeah. Okay. Please, just don't even pay attention to me.
Okay. What does that do for you? Okay.
It actually.
I can't stand high flash, low concept photography. I think it's on its way out, but it's still present. I think it's kind of like what pairs like this like indie sleaze resurgence, this Tumblr resurgence. Every word is really
just
hot
making it
in my
much
mouth.
worse. Yes, it's like certain syllables like set it off.
Like S's. Yeah. Anyway, I think that the resurgence of Tumblr, because it's not entirely like, there's still like people that were on Tumblr when it was a thing.
Yeah.
That are like participating in it, but a lot of people weren't. And I think like there's like a really specific genre of lazy flash filling photography that I just can't stand. What I like is, I'm biased because like it's in a lot of my photos, but that's why I do it, but I'm a fan of other people that take photos like this as well. I like motion and blur in photos. I feel like it's like a way to cheat more information into a photo because it provides context of like where someone was or like the movement they were doing.
You know what I love that you do sometimes? Sometimes you'll take a photo and you'll like throw your hand in there. What's that about?
Yeah, because I want to be in it too sometimes.
Yeah. Okay,
it's like my shadow. I love a shadow. I love a hand, a leg, a sign of me being there. I enjoy doing that. But other things I'm like a fan of. I like it when like if it's either like a really punchy color photo or something more muted, like that looks intentional. But I like a simple concept that's like stripped down instead of like something super like superfluous and like maximalist that doesn't feel like there's like real direction to it. It just feels like let's just throw in like all these like fucking props.
Let's
and
go
color.
fucking crazy.
Yeah, when it's like you can, but I just like intention. I everything I do is on purpose. So I like seeing art that's on purpose.
It's a great answer.
Okay, I guess we're at the equalizer round.
Yep, we're standing at the edge of the diving board.
We're looking down, 50-foot drop.
Yep.
Okay. Oh my God,
I've enjoyed every single wing with you.
This wing is saturated.
Oh God. Oh my God.
I'm gonna just.
Yep, please.
Oh
my God! Oh my God! Wait. What the fuck is that?
Oh my God! I'm like drooling. I'm not spitting it out.
So Taryn.
Yeah.
Where do you think you'll be? Where do you think you'll be in a year from? Oh my God! Wait, where do you think you'll be in a year from now with photography?
If I live through.
If you live through this wing. Oh. That's like a deafening silence. Like it's like a
not with me crying.
Oh. That's evil.
Ow. Oh my God. Okay. A year from now, with photography. I don't even like milk.
I know, I hate milk. I really detest it. Wait.
Where I'm gonna be in a year is
oh God.
I want to be published. I want like my photo with like, oh my God, as I talk it gets hotter.
Yeah.
I want to take a photo like with me like at a newsstand with like my magazine cover.
I see that for you.
With like me with the spread open.
I see that for you
photo.
for sure.
I want.
Oh my God, every word.
I want to shoot for brands. I think I'm ready for everything I'm about to say. I really hope it comes into fruition.
Yep. I'm crossing my fingers.
I want to shoot fashion shows. I want to shoot weird parties. I want to shoot everything. I want to do interview profiles.
Yeah.
And like direct like the concept for the interview shoots, which you're a seasoned interviewer. They're exciting. They're fun. I want to do that.
Yeah.
This is so gross.
Yeah.
I hate.
Milk is so gross.
And that wing tasted disgusting.
It tastes like hell. Like something that was grown, like the peppers were picked in hell.
In a year, I want to be a hired, paid, published photographer that gets sent different places to cover different things.
Yes.
And I really hope that in 365 days. That's my life.
Yeah, I see it for you. I'm praying for you. Well, Taryn, you've just completed your first ever round of Hot Ones. Right now, I'm gonna roll out the red carpet for you. What do you got going on? What do you want to plug? Please, just take your time to talk about whatever.
Whatever I want.
Yeah.
I look into that camera.
Yeah, look right into that camera.
My first official photo book, Bloodhound, is coming out soon. And then I'm gonna have a cemetery edit only just for you guys. Hopefully shortly after. I'm gonna do a show. And yeah, I'm just gonna keep taking photos and putting out different concepts and people I see on the street. But Bloodhound is what's coming out immediately next, and that's why I wanted to come out on the show. Thank you, Sean and your team, for inviting me on here.
We were begging to have you
and
on here.
I happily accepted, and I don't regret a single bite of this episode.
It's been a dream come true, Taryn Segal. We're so happy to have you on Hot Ones.
Thank you, Sean.
Wow! My lips are on fire. Oh my
I
fucking
feel right
God,
now.
Fuck that.